Good morning on this wonderful, wonderful day, on this wonderful Thursday where we can now confirm for certain, for without a shadow of a doubt, even the dirty Democrats are saying it. Nancy Pelosi is out. She's not only down for the Kenneth Burns says, "Is that Black Sabbath?" No, it's not Black Sabbath. I was playing some other thing. I was playing something. It sounded like Black Sabbath. So it's official. It's official. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. The elections in our country have spoken. The politicians that count the votes have spoken and say that the Republicans, as expected, have officially, unequivocally, and without any contest, without any legal action, have taken the House of Representatives for themselves, which basically means the good Nancy Pelosi gets to get the hell out of the way. She's no longer Speaker of the House, and the Republicans have already had a vote, and they voted in Kevin McCarthy, a notable Republican from the same state, from this great state of California. So it's a good thing. I mean, Nancy Pelosi, what's she going to do? She did get reelected for 2 years. Is she going to take a subordinate role at 82 years old after her husband got mauled with a hammer in his own house? Is Nancy Pelosi done? What's she going to do with the seat? Now, she could pass it on to her daughter, 56-year-old activist, fucking lawyer lady, right? Her daughter might take the seat, right? So we don't really care about the seat because the Republican Party is now going to launch one investigation after another at Biden. Hopefully they'll talk about his shenanigans in Ukraine and his son's involvement in those shenanigans in the Ukraine. And that kind of stuff, the good stuff, the stuff that matters. Right? But yeah, the Republicans are now in a very, very good position to start to not only not have to deal with the bullshit leftist legislation that kept coming down the pipe, the ridiculous stuff, like the BDS rules and who pisses in whose bathroom and what gender are you and critical race theory and abortion and all. Who gives a shit about all this stuff? Well, abortion, a lot of people give a shit about. I'll take that one out of the pile. But nobody really cares about their policies and nonsense anymore. Screaming at the top of their lungs, it's corporate America stealing from you. Meanwhile, fucking politicians are stealing from them and you. So, that those types of arguments are falling short. So, and look, in any power vacuum, whatever opposes the status quo is good. Right? And right now, ironically, 6 years later, the Republicans oppose the status quo. Before that, they were the status quo. They defended the status quo, sort of, and Obama was trying to change everything or something like that. But nonetheless, it's a shift of power. Uh, would it be better if it shifted to a third party? Yes, absolutely. But will we ever have that shift in America with the stranglehold that the two party system has on our system? I don't think so. I think one has to fail and then another party arises. Just like the Whigs. You remember the Whigs in the 1850s? Right? The Whigs were a real party, of which I believe Abraham Lincoln was one of them. One of them. And the Republican Party rose out of the ashes of the Whigs. Now, there's a lot of people in the Democratic Party that would like to see that happen to the Democratic Party, a total collapse, and then rebirth. Trump arguably almost had it going with the Republicans, but somehow the Republicans are like, they're like very, very, very extremely advanced. Kenneth Burns says Conti for president. I'll take it. I'll run. I'll run. I'll run. I'll run. I don't know how fast I'll run, but I'll run. I run pretty fast. I can run. I can run a couple of miles. Run for president. Wow. So speaking of running for president, Trump is getting shit on top of garbage, on top of horse shit and crap. Right? Everybody in the Republican Party is throwing shit at Trump. And Trump, although the pundits are saying, oh, he looks tired, he looks a little low energy. He's not fucking tired and he's not low energy, Trump. He's just letting you have your way. You got to remember that when people like Paul Ryan speak badly about Trump, Trump's base goes, rah! They love it. They love it. Right? It's like the movie 300, right? Every time you think you've got them cornered, they rise up. That's what Trump is. So the point is that that Trump doesn't need the support of the Republican Party to get the ball rolling big time, right? And roll over the other jackoffs that are trying to win the primary, right? Because all of that stuff works to his advantage. He's going to turn to the people, and he's going to go state to state to state with his big, beautiful Trump plane. He's going to land in the airport. There's going to be 30,000 people cheering him on, and he's going to get up in front of the audience and say that Paul Ryan, he's a real piece of work. What a phony. And the crowd is going to go crazy. That's what's going to happen. So don't rule Trump out, regardless of what the preliminary. That's my read on it. That's why you come here, right? See what I think. I don't know. That's what I think. I think that Trump is extremely viable. Even Paul Ryan was quoted as saying, anybody without the name Trump can beat Joe Biden. So even the Republicans, as they're bashing Trump, they're also revealing the fact that Biden is a very, very loose candidate. Right? And as always, the Republicans, if Trump is the candidate, they'll get behind Trump whether they like it or not, which is what they did the last time. So anyway, we'll talk about that. The Nancy Pelosi getting outed. She is no more. And thank you, everybody, for joining me in the chat. Vinny DiMartini on the wrench. Thank you so much. I see Steve on Marcus' screen, but not on mine. Maybe you have the live chat set to what is it? Top chat? Yeah, you see how sometimes it's top chat or live chat. Always make sure you're on live chat, and I think that's how it flows evenly. But thank you, everybody in there. Margie O is here. Chris Milk up there in Buffalo. I didn't know you were in Buffalo, Chris. Man, you guys it's all over the news over here, ready to get walloped and smacked by a huge fucking storm. So heads up, Weevil Girl, Weevil Girl. We got people all over the country. Weevil Girls out there in Wisconsin, Jim Girard in the great state of Iowa. We got people over there. TJ, I believe TJ's in England. TJ's in England, I think. Is she our England liaison? I forgot, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My mind is not, I can't remember things as well as I'd like to. TJ, where are you? Where are you in the world? Where are you in the world? Margie O, tell me where everybody is. Can everybody do that so I'll remember? Give me a state, just a state. You don't have to be specific. In the chat, tell me where you are in the world because I want to know. TJ is in Washington. Washington. Thank you. Thank you, TJ. Well, somebody's in fucking... Champs is in Utah. All right. Weevil Girl. Kenneth Burns in Ohio. John R. in England. What's up? Welcome from England. North Carolina. Margie's in California. William Smith in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. It's my brother. Local. I'm up here in Northeast Pennsylvania. I never give my location because, you got a lot of wackos in the fucking world. Iowa, Arizona, Wisconsin. We're all here, man. We're all here. We're international. We're international. We're having fun, man. So here's my thumbnail today. Nancy Pelosi officially gone. Rumor has it she might stay home with her hubby and take care of his hammer to the head wound and pass it on to the daughter. There's also rumor that she wanted to call Biden up and try to get the ambassador to Italy position. That's essentially Nancy Pelosi is jockeying for free trips and royal treatment to Italy. Where she'll spend her retirement years. Come on, Paul, we're going to Italy. On business. And they'll sit in in Venice and eat, they'll live large. They'll probably die there, right? She doesn't want any political work. She'll hire somebody to do the ambassador nonsense. She'll just show up at all the fancy parties and eat fucking Italian food. It's a real piece of work, Nancy Pelosi. So anyway, I got a website, marcusconti.com. Artemis, we're going to the moon. I got evidence. I got evidence for the flat earthers. Are the flat earthers here? Because if they are, I've got the evidence that you have been looking for. I have a photograph taken by NASA from Artemis 1 that proves that the Earth is flat. You ready for it? You ready for it? Hold your breath because I'm going to give it to you in a second. So here's all my videos on a daily basis. Come on over. If we're ever lost, we're not on YouTube for some reason. They pull the plug on us. Come over here at 9 a.m. and you'll get a link over to D-Live. And we'll be hanging out over there until the smoke clears. Anyway, man. But so let's talk about Artemis. There it is. There's the photo. Oh, my God. Look at it. It's flat. Right? So this is an image. Believe your lying eyes this time. That's the image, so they say, from Artemis taking off away from Earth. And that's what it looks like. Solar panels are out. Thing is traveling 5,000 miles an hour en route to the moon. Going to the moon. But it's flat. Look over here. You see? You see it? It's flat. Or it's more like an egg. And now, if you looked at that, and to be honest, if you looked at that, and you say, AG Image says it's all generated by computer image. It's all fucking fake. It's not. It's a photo. It's not real. It can't be real. It's not real, motherfucker. But it's an egg, right? And one would be ignorant to the lighting, the position of the sun, to call that flat or even an egg. It's clearly proportionally round, but it's like a half a moon and such. Come on, man. Please Please don't tell me you're that fucking stupid that you can't see it. Come on, man. So anyway, Ariane begins checkouts, completes first service module course. It got through the Van Halen belt. It did it. It did it. Oh my God, look. We can now confirm that NASA does, in fact, unless you believe it's all still fake, that we didn't just see a rocket ship fly out of the fucking atmosphere yesterday with millions of people watching. You want to tell me that's fake? Right? Because if it isn't, then the Van Halen belt, the outermost perimeter of the atmosphere on Earth that holds all the radiation and allegedly will disintegrate anything that tries to get through it, the types of metals that we have, is also ignorance to organic chemistry and general chemistry. The same molecules and metals and stuff, organic matter that is on Earth, is also in heaven, if you haven't figured it out. We are not separate. Those molecules and metals that are floating around in the Earth's atmosphere that are like nickel and probably diamond too. Whatever's floating around in the atmosphere in a gravitational pull, just like our satellites, is the same organic matter as everywhere else. There might be other things that we don't know, but it's a far way away. But there you go. So the Earth is flat, according to the picture. And Artemis en route. Oh, sports. Marcus Conte reporting on sports for once. I report on sports sometimes, but not the conventional sports. I like women's figure skating. I like what other sports? Hockey. I'll always talk about hockey sometimes. But anyway, Aaron Judge, the great ball player who hit 62 home runs this year, is up for the American League MVP. Wow. So that's a big honor. But what's even more of an honor is that his contract, he's a free agent. He didn't sign with the Yankees. The Yankees offered him $213 million for 7 more years at the beginning of the season. And he turned that down, and now it's expected to exceed $300 million. Hey, what's an extra $100 million between friends? But think about how much money that is. Think how much money this young man is going to get to play 7 more years on a baseball team that he loves, playing a game that he loves. What an honor. So congratulations, Aaron Judge, for becoming the most valuable player in the American League. Good on you. Good on you. So it's official. It is official. Ding, ding, ding. 218 Republicans eke out House majority after 4 years out of power. It's a done deal, kids. Done deal here in America. The AU Image Vision says it's rigged sports. AU, what is not rigged? What do you think is everything is rigged. Everything has holes in it. The further, you look, right? The deeper you look into things, you see the holes, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean it's rigged. It means that it leans a certain way. I think what I'm saying. The moon landing is not, the moon expedition is not fake. The elections, I'll correct that too. I'll go one step further. The elections are not fake. They're just not integral. The elections happen in our country. No doubt about it. Politicians get up and say, vote for me. And people say, okay. Or, fuck no, I'm not going to vote for you. And what's this distressful image right here? Let's watch the video while we're talking. It doesn't mean that the elections are fake. It just means that they're real election. Let's see what happens. I think this guy's going to get shot. No. Oh, man, he shoots at the cop, and the cops shoot him. What a jerk. What a jackass. You open fire on police and they're going to just keep shooting you until you until you stop moving. Wow. Wow, that was heavy, man. You see that shit? Let's watch again. 2 cops out in the street. Are you watching this? Guy's shooting his gun. Boom. Still shooting. He's got the gun in his hand. Drop the gun. Drop the gun. No, no, no. And there's another shot. Boom, boom. Literally. Oh, my God. Holy smokes. Whew. That guy's gone, man. That's a nice video to talk about. But anyway, the elections are, it's not that they're fake. Are they jerry-rigged? Yeah. You know, of course they are. We know that. And 100 ways to rig them. But anyway, Republicans narrowly regained the majority in the House of Representatives Wednesday, salvaging a measure of success on what turned out to be the worst than expected midterm election night for the GOP. Now look, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Winning is winning. When you win control of Congress, you win. Right? Now, Kevin McCarthy is going to, they're going to launch investigations into Biden about his shenanigans, again, in Ukraine, right? The war in Russia, right? What started the war in Russia, Biden? If you look at the who agitated that whole situation, it was the Democratic Party. They said that Zelensky was siding with Trump to overturn the U.S. election by favoring Trump and disregarding Joe Biden and putting out dirt on Joe Biden. That's what the Americans said about Zelensky. So you create a power vacuum where Zelensky is now standing alone with his penis in his hand. And what did Vladimir Putin and the Russians do? They took over. They went in there and filled the power vacuum. The Americans threw fucking Ukraine under the bus with their leader, right? By accusing him of being a fucking Russian spy with Trump, whatever stupidity. Getting Trump impeached, right? And then Russia takes over, and now Ukraine, oh, the poor people of Ukraine, oh, that Zelensky, he's such a hero. They're fucking hypocrites, right? They're total hypocrites. So anyway, the race that put the GOP over the top was Mike Garcia, his victory over Christy Smith in California. Whatever, right? But so they're in charge now. Kevin McCarthy, President Biden congratulated the House GOP and its next speaker, Kevin McCarthy, for their achievement on Wednesday and signaled his willingness to work with the opposition party. And that's a line of shit. Yeah, I'll work with you. What do I get out of it? I get 10%. Yeah. That's Joe Biden. I get 10% of everything. No? Then fuck you. I'm not signing anything. I'll put my pen away until you give me 10%. So he congratulated him on McCarthy. There's your new Speaker of the House. He will be sitting next to Kamala Harris and behind Joe Biden in the state of, he's the now, he's the third, and he's third to the throne, the second to the throne. If Biden dies, Kamala Harris is first. If Kamala Harris dies, this guy, Kevin McCarthy, is the president. So if and it's not a prediction, this is just an if. If Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are on Air Force One and the mofo goes down and both of them expire, this is your next president of the United States. Has a president and his vice president ever been whacked in the same event? Well, not yet. It's not a prediction. It's also not a call to arms, YouTube. It's just a statement of fact. It's like with the king in England. If the king dies, the son gets it. If the son dies, the grandson gets it. That's just the way it is. Right? Chain of command. We don't want to see it. We're just, stating fact. Right? So I want to really talk about Nancy Pelosi. What's going to happen to Nancy Pelosi? Oh, here's the official count. Democrats 210 to Republicans 218. I call it. That's it. That's done. You don't have to look at the House results anymore. Now, if you flip over to the Senate, now this is the motherfucker right here. This in the great state of Pennsylvania, where I am and William Smith is as well. This was fucked up because that Oz guy, Dr. Oz, he lost to an unconscious, fucking half brain dead John Fetterman for Senate, and you see how that one election flipped Pennsylvania senatorially blue, causing the balance to go Democrat again. So if Oz would have won, right, Democrats would have 49, Republicans would have 50. They would have the majority, right? And then in Georgia, where it looks like Walker's going to win, the Republicans could have taken control of the Senate. But now I would say it's even if Walker wins, this one right here in Nevada doesn't make sense to me. Why is the Democrat being ruled the winner when neither one of them got to 50%? Isn't that the rule? What the fuck? What, do they have a different rule the Democrats have in Nevada? You don't have to get to 50%. All you got to do is win. And then if they don't win, oh, you got to get to 50%. See, that's rigging. That's what's called cheating. Right. But anyway, that's what you got right there in Nevada. So we don't know about Nevada, right? I guess Cortez Masto won, but nobody got to 50%. So okay, you got to suck it up, man. Suck it up. And Warnock Walker is clearly going to a runoff. I think Walker wins, but it still puts Democrats and Republicans even. You've got a vice president that will cast the deciding vote every time for the Democrats. Senate remains in the hands of the Democrats, period. So Nancy Pelosi, oh, we love her, right? Wasn't she wonderful? Her career is effectively over, in my view. Her political clout is officially over. She's too old to ever retain power as the House Speaker again. That was it. Heyday. Over. So House Speaker Nancy Pelosi will reveal her future congressional career plans to her colleagues on Thursday. That's today. Her spokesperson said late Wednesday. That was yesterday. As some speculate her activist daughter could succeed the towering political figure. Now, I also read that she's veering to become the ambassador to Italy, which is a fucking luxury job, right? She's gonna go to Italy and she's gonna go to all the fancy parties and she's gonna take pictures on going down in a fucking gondola in Venice. She's going to be sitting on the beach in Sardinia and the rest of the place. Beautiful, beautiful Italians. Eating Italian. That's what she's going to do. Now, that's how she's not going to fucking work. So, if you see Nancy Pelosi step out of Congress, give it to her daughter, and become the ambassador to Italy, you know what she's doing. Her and Paul's going to spend... After the hammer to the head, Paul's going to spend his final days in Italy. He's going to die in Italian. The announcement came hours after Republicans regained control of the House with incumbent Republican Mike Garcia's victory. We heard about that. The Speaker monitored returns in 3 remaining critical states. The Speaker plans to address her future plans tomorrow. Stay tuned. On Sunday, Pelosi said she wouldn't entertain any questions what lies ahead until the races are called. Yeah. They all say that. Rumors have been swirling that the 82-year-old speaker may step aside if Democrats lose control of the chamber. Well, they have lost control of the chamber, passing the torch to a new generation of Democratic leadership. Hell fucking no. She ain't passing it to no new generation of Democratic leadership. She's passing it to her shadow, her daughter, who's probably composed of the same garbage she is, without diving too deep. Should Pelosi let go of her leadership duties, some pundits have speculated that her Democratic activist daughter could inherit the seat in one of America's wealthy and most liberal cities, San Francisco. So her name is Christina Pelosi, 56 years old, never held elected office, but a deep history of political activism. How come I never heard of her? Right. So former San Francisco prosecutor, oh, that's why, because she's not an activist, she's a prosecutor, has served as a surrogate for her mother and often joins her on the campaign trail. Younger Pelosi also served as a special counsel in the Clinton-Gore administration. Yeah, so don't get too excited. Who's this guy? This is a guy who's looking to be the party leader, and who cares, right? But again, this is official in America. This is official, and I said it right at the beginning. I echoed what Trey Gowdy said. It occurred to me and made sense at that moment. If the Democrats lose control of Congress, that is big, because you got no more of these flaky, fugazi, soft laws and ridiculous investigations into people like Trump, who don't really matter at this moment. And instead, you put it on the business of the running a country, which the Republicans will do. Now, let's see how Wall Street likes all of this. The futures, NASDAQ futures were down 161. The Dow futures down 339. And now we click and we're open. And, all right, made up a little ground. The Dow only down 249. NASDAQ down 160. Those are hefty losses for a morning. S&P 500 down 45. There's already speculation. Pieces of the next bull market are starting to come together. Yeah, they will. Of course they will. Key economic data. Looks like some kind of key economic data was missed. Just look at the numbers. Let's stick with the numbers, and everything's red. We're having a red day. I see red on Wall Street. What do you got? So NASDAQ is down 146. Dow Jones Industrial Average down 241. S&P 500 down almost flat. Oh, no. 147. Excuse, I'm looking in the wrong place. Down 44. S&P 500. Apple down $1.50. $1.39. Amazon down 37 cents. Google, the magic Google, where the stock used to always go up, and now it's going down $1.09 today. Meta, formerly Facebook, down 239, 235 a share right now. Rivian holding steady at $32 a share. Tesla 184. The war stocks, right? Not getting their war, but still there. Lockheed Martin down 23 cents, and Raytheon down 78. So I guess they're not going to get their war with, less war with Republicans, more war with the House. You got to look at the, what's happening right now, and in politics, and a lot of times it reflects the price. That's what people react to, investors and investment banks. What else? Oh, the holy vaccine stock for the people who love their vaccine and their multiple boosters and are a year and 3 quarters later still wearing fucking masks. Those people, their Pfizer, that give you that holy shot, boy. Oh, man. What would your immune system do without it? What would your immune system do without that shot? How would it react? Would it survive? It needs that shot, man. Right? That COVID shot, man. I know the COVID's not the same anymore, but still what, man? It's not about that. It's about taking the shot. It's about showing up and getting shot up. But anyway, the people that sell that idea, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, it looks like they're all pretty down today. Fuck you. Well, good for you. You know, that's what you deserve. You get what you deserve, man. You get it. Anyway, so anyway, where was I? What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, Nancy Pelosi. Today we're going to hold our breath and see which way Nancy goes. So this is rather interesting. I don't think it matters, but I'll read it anyway. GOP mega donors ditch Trump's 2024 White House run. Hey, look, man, Trump hasn't even started yet. Trump's going to pick up the phone. All these jerk-offs. This is Trump, his address. I didn't see this yesterday. Let's watch.
I will ensure that Joe Biden does not receive 4 more years in 2020. Hanta. Our country could not take that. And I say that not in laughter. I say that in tears. Our country could not take 4 more years. It can only take so much. It's all very fragile to start off with. It can only take so much. In 2020, I received the largest number of votes of any sitting president in history by a lot. And we will do it again, but with even more votes.
Yeah, but the other guy got more votes than you, Trump. That's what they said. I know you got the most votes of any sitting president alive or dead, but the other guy somehow got 6 million more. How the fuck did that happen? I don't know. Nobody knows. I don't know. The moon is flat. It's round. Trump got more votes than the other guy. The other guy got more votes. I don't know anymore. So here's some rich mother effers who gave a lot of money, $100,000 to the Republican National Committee. One guy, 76-year-old rich guy, and another rich guy gave $200,000 to DeSantis. Oh, so the same rich guy that gave $100,000 to to support. What does this say? Launders spokesman did not say whom he'd back in 2024, but Open Secrets indicates that the billionaire gave $200,000 to DeSantis for his gubernatorial campaign. So, again, this is a nothing article because you know what Trump is going to do? Trump's going to go, oh, yeah, you gave money to DeSantis? What's he going to do for you? And the guy's going to look at him like, oh, I got Trump on the phone. Oh, what's he going to do for you? What's DeSantis going to do for you? Oh, he's going to shine my shoes and he's going to lick my cat's ass and he's going to come and rake my leaves. And Trump's going to say, oh, you know what? I'll do way better than that. I'll buy you a new cat and a new lawn and a new house. What do you say? Right? Trump is going to outwit those fuckers, right? He knows the money game. He knows the money game. He's going to give them what they want. Right? That's my thought on it. I don't think DeSantis has the savvy to beat him, to be honest. DeSantis is a good guy. He's very personable. But someone like DeSantis, who's a career politician, he needs the support of the party to elevate him. Trump doesn't need that. Trump is savvy enough to go around that and use the negative energy to his advantage. That's why I say Trump wins. So, and what else? Paul Ryan says anyone not named Trump can beat Biden in 2024. Does anybody care what this guy thinks? Do you think remember how Trump won by taking guys like Paul Ryan and rubbing his face in the mud. He ran these guys over, and that's how he won. So, does anybody really care what Paul Ryan says? Resurrecting Paul Ryan, the failed politician, right? who was a heartbeat away from the presidency. If was that the other tall fucking scarecrow guy that almost beat in 2012? Who ran for president in 2012? I forgot. What's his name? Obama. I can't remember the guy's name. Who ran against Obama in 2012 and lost? The Republican. Republican 2012. Who was it? Romney. Fucking god damn it. God damn it. What a block that was. Right? So Paul Ryan was, Romney's pick for vice president, and does anybody really care that Trump is not getting the support of a guy like Mark fucking Ryan? No. Paul Ryan? No. Now, Representative Kevin McCarthy, who has now a lot of political clout, won't say if he'll endorse Trump after the 2024 announcement. It's too early to say, right? Don't push the guy to say. He's a real politician. Of course he's going to back Trump if he wins. There's no doubt about it. Are you kidding me? House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy wouldn't say Wednesday whether he would endorse former President Trump's latest White House run. Look, I'm not petitioning for Trump. I'm just telling you who Trump is. Don't forget who Trump is. Trump is not going to he's not going to let up. He's not going to step out. No way. Right? He's in it. He's all in. Right? He's the guy at the poker table that says, "Oh yeah, you think you're going to scare me off the table? I'm all in." To him it's a game. It's fun. This is what he does. So McCarthy said he gave a great speech at Mar-a-Lago. I'll talk. Let's see how it all pans out. Let's see how it all pans out. So nobody don't expect the Republicans. It's 2 years away. Right? Phony politicians will flip. Guys like DeSantis will roll over if his money dries up. If Trump gets to his money and makes it dry up, watch how they flip. So Artemis, let's watch
Burn off igniters initiate 7.
So that's politics. That's the world. This is a little commentary on Artemis. This was interesting. I read it. I watched it earlier, and I thought it was interesting. So I'll share it with you. And thank you very much, man.
6, 5, 4-stage engine start. 3, 2, 1. Boosters in ignition. And liftoff of Artemis 1. We rise together.
Oh,
back
it's so
to the
beautiful.
moon and beyond.
You know, that stuff never gets old. NASA's Artemis 1 rocket and unmanned spacecraft Orion successfully lifting off at Cape Canaveral earlier this morning. The historic launch kicks off NASA's mission to send astronauts back to the moon and beyond. Former NASA astronaut and author of Sky.
I'm just going to stop it here and there because I think that's what strikes the channel if you just let it play.
Walking, Tom Jones is here to discuss. So, Tom, what does this launch mean? It feels great. This whole space thing feels great. NASA back in the game. What does it mean for the future of space exploration?
Well, we're in a new era now. We've got the International Space Station that we've had going for the last 20 years, Charles, but now we're sending a new craft, brand new cruise
It's fake. It's fake.
spacecraft, the
I don't believe it.
Orion.
No, it's fake. It's CGI.
Out to the moon to begin the process of getting Americans and our partners back on the moon. And that's historic because we're now going to go back and start to use the resources, the economic resources on the moon itself to help pay for further space exploration. Really exciting to shift gears.
You know, speaking of paying for it, I read that the Artemis program itself, $93 billion. It seems like an extraordinary amount of money. I know a year or so ago when India launched a major
over
rocket.
a lot of years.
I read where it costs more to make a movie about the space exploration than it does to launch a rocket. How do you get $93 billion, and how sustainable is that?
Well, that's probably spread over about 15 years of development. The Space Launch System rocket that we saw take off last night, it started development in the late 2000s and really didn't get going until about 2012 or so. So it's been a long time in gestation, and that covers a lot of overhead for NASA all these years. Now it's finally starting to fly. I think I agree with critics who say that the rocket's taken too long to bring to the launch pad, but given the strapped budgets that NASA's had over the last 10 years, I think it's reasonable to wait until you get this rocket really ready to fly. Now it's flying, and now the question is whether we can make it work reliably enough on an annual basis to start this return to the moon. And we're not doing this in a vacuum, so to speak. We're facing the Chinese competition to get on the moon themselves, and they would love to be there first before we get there.
Of course, the space age is brought in through the Apollo missions, a different sort of excitement then. More recently, though, there's been this similar excitement with SpaceX and others. Does this private competition help NASA? Does it enhance the effort? Is there going to be, will there be joint efforts as well? Because it feels like Elon Musk is doing it more efficiently these days.
Right. The good news here is that the commercial space sector here in the U.S. is the most vibrant on the planet. So nobody else has as thriving a commercial space sector as we have. And, it's a tiered system where SpaceX is successful at satellite launches and lowering the cost dramatically for that. And they're also NASA partners in terms of shipping cargo to the space.